As most of Australia continues to open up, Victoria is going back into hibernation after a surge in new cases.
My health has been good prior to COVID-19. When I got the virus, I didn't think it was going to be, it wouldn't have much an impact on me, but was I wrong?
23-year-old Ahmed Hassan is recovering from COVID after being taken to hospital twice. His type 1 diabetes made him especially vulnerable.
I was in an emergency ward, shaking, and the pain was unbearable, because it got full control of my body.
Ahmed tested positive after visiting his sick father. Now both his parents have COVID.
I've been disheartened to see some of the numbers coming in, thrashing the 190. Where are we headed to? That means effectively people will die.
You can see cops everywhere. They're at every exit point, every entrance point, just patrolling the area.
In Melbourne's public housing blocks, the tough lockdown continues for thousands of residents ordered to stay indoors. For 17-year-old Year 12 student Lisa Shea, life's on hold.
I understand the intentions behind it, but the way it was gone about was completely wrong. We should have had a heads up and warning.
We just got this delivered from AMSA, the local mosque and the wider community.
Lisa's whole family has nowhere to go except to their front door to collect donated food.
We want to thank everyone that I know have been working overtime to organise this and hand it out to literally every single resident in all these towers, so thank you.
Lisa's Year 12 studies are in limbo, so too her part-time job at a fast food outlet.
I don't even know if I have that position anymore because as soon as I got it, I had to tell them I was in lockdown.
With 75 COVID cases linked to Melbourne's public housing blocks, the government has urged all tenants to get tested.
I think that all residents should get tested only because it's not only about you, but you're affecting everyone else in the community. I really don't think we can last any longer. 5 days, what we got the 5 days is enough.
The second shutdown now threatens Australia's fragile economic recovery.
It's very mentally exhausting going through these times.
It's the last dine-in service at Joseph Aboud's 2 restaurants in Melbourne, which came back to life only 4 weeks ago.
Our customers, they were so loyal while we were closed, and they came back in droves, which was really, really comforting.
But the new shutdown means he'll have to close one of the restaurants.
We had some good success while we opened last time with takeaway on various nights, but it was definitely, the reward for effort really wasn't there. And so it's a much smaller place. I think we're just going to have to cut our losses and close that for 6 weeks.
And pivoting can only go so far.
I honestly think if we didn't have JobKeeper and the other support measures that we've been given by the governments, it would seriously be carnage out there.
The pressure is also being felt in the hospital system, where severe COVID cases are slowly starting to fill intensive care units in Victoria. The number of cases jumped from 1 to 9 in a week.
We've had probably 3 or 4 months of time to train the staff, to get everyone familiar with how we're going to treat our patients, and also to plan what might happen if we go from 5 or 6 admissions to 50 or 60 or more.
And the ICU can be further expanded if severe cases increase.
In Victoria, the number of intensive care beds has been able to increase significantly and can increase further if required. It's a very difficult disease to deal with, both for the patients and the relatives and the staff. For the patients that we've had with the first wave that we looked after, spent what we would consider a long stay admission, so they spend more than a week in intensive care, often more than a couple of weeks, requiring a ventilator.
Let's be mindful and be vigilant about the health advice and start listening, adhering to it.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.